While San Francisco has had an explosive offense for years, they've really been missing a number 2 tight end. But in this year's free agency period, after the draft, they signed a player that I think could be this year's George Kittle, Mason Pline. He comes in at 6'7", weighing 260 pounds, and he has some of the softest hands I think of any tight end in this year's draft. He ran his 40-yard dash in 4.8 seconds, and when he gets the ball in his hands, he shows off that mentality San Francisco loves, trying to score every time. And unlike San Francisco's other tight end 2s in the past, he's a true receiving tight end that can make acrobatic catches or even contested catches over the middle. But will Mason Pline be able to assert himself as the clear number 2 behind George Kittle? We're about to find out. We were first introduced to Mason Pline at Fowler High School, where he played both basketball and football, but he wasn't a heavily recruited player, not even being recruited by 24/7 Sports. But even though he wasn't heavily recruited, I thought he showed off a lot of nice things that would have made him an asset at the next level. For instance, he made a lot of contested catches as well as making a lot of one-hand snags. But it wasn't just his ability in the passing game, even though I think that's where his strongest suit is. He also showed off willingness as a blocker, routinely laying out opposing team's players. After concluding his high school career at Fowler High School in 2018, he decided to attend Ferris State University, where he played both basketball and football. From 2019 to 2023 with Ferris, he saw action in 25 of 29 games and had 2 touchdown grabs. For his final year in 2023, he decided to transfer to Furman, where he played in 13 games and had 287 yards and 4 touchdowns. I thought he did a good job showing progression throughout not just his college career, but 2023 specifically. He also showed off a great ability to snag the ball away from his frame, maybe in part thanks to his basketball background, but it's pretty incredible the type of acrobatic catches you would see him make. But he wasn't just making crazy catches when he wasn't getting hit. He would go over the middle, get absolutely drilled, bounce off that tackle, and then run for like 20 more. I also think his athleticism, especially his agility, is under radar for his size. But there are definite areas in which he needs to improve, such as his route running refinement, and he definitely needs to add playing strength to be efficient at the next level. He also needs to improve his blocking. When I turn on Mason Pline's tape, I could definitely see him being successful in San Francisco's offense though, and I just loved what I saw. The more I watched, the more I thought San Francisco did a great job of picking this guy up. In previous years, for instance, they had guys like Dwelly and Selleck, and while they had great hands, they didn't have the speed or athleticism I think that Pline shows off on his college tape. So going into this first year, I could see him pushing to make the roster, and who knows, he might even push for tight end 2. That space is pretty open. I know they still have Willis, who I'm super stoked about, but Pline looks like he could be an absolute steal as an undrafted free agent. But ultimately, these are just my thoughts about San Francisco signing Mason Pline, and I'd like to hear your thoughts down below, and it would also mean a ton if you liked and subscribed. And as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.